that first match of the show, AEW typically likes to lay down the law, really likes to set the tone quickly in Dynamite and hit the ground running. This was there's nothing to say that this one couldn't deliver, and it did, man. This one absolutely had the star power going into it. You have Hangman Adam Page, our number one contender.
Yep.
Ricky Starks, who really has proven, even amongst a group of Team Taz that has a lot of turmoil going on right now, we obviously see Team Taz is maybe going off the rails, but there's no denying that Ricky Starks, his career has a lot of great things in store for him down the road. So I know this was a match that had to have you intrigued, just knowing the competitors involved. When you saw this match announced, SPD, what did you think? Obviously, knowing the result now, where do you go from here? I mean, with Hangman Page, is he now going to solidify himself? You think that it's no doubt he's going to be the guy who challenges Kenny Omega going forward?
The momentum is on his side, and it wasn't just your typical win out of him. You know, we saw a submission finish, which typically, I mean, I don't think we have seen a submission finish by Hangman Adam Page. You know, that we've talked about the buckshot lariat being such a dominant finisher that we all, we really, really enjoy. So to get this convincing win on a star like Ricky Starks with a submission, and which was great, he really sold it, later in the show. I think just adds another, notch on his belt, per se, his cowboy belt, but that just makes him even more dangerous. Buckshot lariat, great finish, dominant.
Absolutely, totally
for sure.
Agree with you.
So this really, unfortunately, it's two great guys, two stars that AEW is going to grow with these guys, and it's with that finish. To me, he's reestablishing just being the top dog. I'm curious when he potentially has a low blow or, kind of acknowledges the fact that he's a number one contender and his ex-best friends, his ex-stablemates, because that interview last week, he just it blew it off about egg rolls, so he ignored it with the Dark Order. So, speaking of Dark Order, with the Dark Order save too at the end of that. So huge. I'm happy to see Ricky Starks back in the ring. Of course, Taz always on commentary. He's always making the match that much more exciting. He provides a great background to the match. He added jabs. You get two sides of Taz, I think, with the commentary. You get like the neutral one who can appreciate good competition, appreciate, the rankings and everything like that, and then the jabs, and then after the match, I'm over here, and just low blows. So it's another one of those where Taz, I think, needs to be featured week in and week out, because just his demeanor alone is just captivating. So big elite out of this one for me. Two guys that I really, really enjoy, and it kept a good story told the whole match. I'm all for the storytelling, as you know. So this one to me was an elite. Where they go from here, Hangman Adam Page, I mean, he's going through, we talked about it. Like, where does Team Taz go? Is it the team, we had comments from the fans on social, is the team jobbers now. You can't have these guys losing nonstop, and Team Taz was 0-2 tonight. So, but they were a convincing 0-2. But it's still
0-2, brother.
Yeah, record is a record.
Yep.
So,
man. And Team Taz is, I think, after this week, might not have any representation in the top 5 in the singles. I mean, I know Hobbs was on quite the streak, and as was Starks. I mean, going into this match, Ricky Starks was 10-0 in those last 10 matches, right? So
that was a good point.
Certainly was on a hot streak. And when you look at, I think Hobbs was ranked 4th in the rankings, if I don't. If my memory serves me correctly. But after tonight, I think that, unfortunately, this team is there's a lot of chaos going on inside of it. I think that there's, as a Death Triangle fan, I was concerned about Penta losing in his match with Trent getting that big comeback.
Yeah.
And I felt like the Death Triangle was kind of losing a little steam from what we saw Pac and Phoenix lose their tag match. This stable is setting the bar for a team that is just really struggling to find their footing. You could tell that the frustration is setting in. even coming in with post-match attack that happened in this one, right? I mean that happened because these guys are frustrated with losing. So I like seeing Hook out there. I enjoy seeing Hook like getting involved later on in the show. I think that Team Taz is at a crossroads after tonight. When you saw Starks, I mean, again, had a phenomenal showing against Hangman. I thought, kicking out of a lariat from Hangman Page speaks volumes on Starks' toughness. Not just, I mean, we all speak, we speak a lot about how Ricky Starks has that charisma and has that swagger to him, but it's important to acknowledge what he does in the ring too. The guy can go, has an engine like very few in the business. So I think that the talent is there. It's undeniable. We all agree that Team Taz has two absolute powerhouses. I mean, with two guys like the size of Will Hobbs and Brian Cage, and then you have a potential megastar in Ricky Starks. There's no reason why these guys shouldn't be huge successes in this company, but it feels like this is a real great example of how important chemistry is to a team, man. These guys just do not have the chemistry. You can tell they don't have each other's backs. And there's a little bit of that frustration setting in. So